Good day, everyone. So, welcome to our asynchronous recorded lesson. So, allow me to present my screen and record this meeting. Okay, for today's session, we are about to review those lessons that we will encounter on our midterm examination. So, review na lang din ito. Review session. Kasi sinend ko na sa inyo to last time, no? Para lang aware kayo sa coverage ng exam and format ng questions. Test types, kumbaga. Okay? So before tayo mag-start, no, ibigay ko muna yung mga test type. So follow the instruction always, no, magbasa kayo ng instruction. Ilista ninyo yung mga bagay na natutunan ninyo. Then isa-send nyo to sa Google Classroom. Okay, once again, once na napakinggan nyo tong sinasabi ko, no, record everything na mapapakinggan ninyo or sa tingin nyo ay bago sa inyo. Ayan po yung ilalagay ninyo sa inyong learning log. Reviewer na rin at the same time habang nagsusulat kayo. Then yun lang din yung isa-send nyo sa akin sa Google Classroom. Kasi ipopost ko ito as assignment. Okay? So last time, first part ng ating midterm, ang nilaro natin is batuang bola. Okay? Nakikita nyo naman sa screen ngayon na ang batuang bola is classified as target games. Derived from African game. So, ang original na dodgeball talaga is mapanakit. Kung mapapansin natin. So, baybayin natin para alam natin. Okay? Skip na natin yan. So, when we say target games, are games that involve the players in placing an object near or in a target to be able to get the highest possible score. The players must propel the object with much accuracy and control to hit the target. The player should also know how to protect the object to prevent the other players from scoring. So target games involve different manipulate skills like throwing, tossing, rolling, catching, running, jumping, hopping, and stretching. So sa batuang bola naman po, mas safe na po yung ating bolang ginagamit. Unlike yung before na pinaka-original na bato talaga yung ginagamit sa Africa. Okay? So meron talaga tayong original na dodgeball. Okay, mas magaan po siya compare kay volleyball. Meron talaga tayong ganong bola. Mas mahal nga lang siya. Kumpara doon sa mga nabibili natin kulay orange na ginagamit natin nung tayo ay mga bata pa. Okay, mga skills. Dito tayo sa mechanics kasi ito po yung integrated sa exam natin. Okay, so kailangan meron tayong 2 teams. Okay, may mga sample questions tayo. In larong batuang bola, once a defensive team catch a ball, they will gain life. Makakakuha sila ng buhay. Okay, how many ball are needed in larong batuang bola? Siyempre, isa lang. Di pwedeng dalawa. Classified siya as target games. Ayan, yung mga sinasabi ko, ito na yung mga sagot talaga. How many teams are needed? Dalawa. How many players are allowed to play in defense in larong batuang bola? Okay, basahin natin. Hanapin natin yan. Okay. So, 5 lang daw po ang sinasabi dito. Defensive team will field 5 players in the playing court as deflectors. Deflectors, sila mismo yung tumatakbo. Defensive team, defensive players. So, tandaan nyo, ang assist sa pagbato ng bola, sa larong batuang bola, ay pinagbabawal. Kung sakali man nangyari sa laro natin o sa laro niyo before, that is modified. Okay? In original play, meron nga silang 30 minutes eh. Kung mapapansin nyo, 30 minutes talaga siya. Tapos meron pang 5-minute break yung halftime, parang basketball lang. No? Matagal masyado, kaya minodify natin yan. Okay? Offensive team will place 1 shooter, 2 players on assist position behind the shooter. Kumbaga, yung taga-abot lang ng bola. Yun lang talaga yung dapat. Hindi pwedeng yung other player ay babato. Isa lang talaga yung taga-throw. Okay? Maliwanag tayo dyan ha. May mga binibigay na ako mga questions sa inyo. So, ilan yung deflectors natin, 5 lang talaga dapat. So, ang running and catching group is tinatawag nating, since sila yung dumedepensa, defensive team sila. Then yung throwing or shooting team or group, sila yung tinatawag na offensive team. Okay. Next. Ayan, madali na yun. Yun lang naman yung usually mga itatanong sa inyo sa exam. Okay, punta tayo ngayon sa sa Google Classroom mismo ako nang gagaling Kasi sinend ko naman na talaga sa inyo to. Okay, lakihan natin. So habang pinapanood nyo naman to, pwede nyo siyang lakihan, di ba? Wait lang, try natin. Ayun, pwede pala. So kung binasa nyo na to, that's good. What was the original name or the former name of volleyball? Mintonet. So ang ating creator dito or founder ng larong volleyball ay si William G. Morgan, who came up with the idea for the new sport in 1895. So as a student at the Springfield College in Massachusetts, he had befriended James Naismith, who in 1891 had himself invented basketball. So nauna po yung basketball. Kumbaga nagkaroon lang po ng idea si Mr. William Morgan na why not makagawa din siya ng kanyang sariling ball games. Morgan was keen for his sport to offer a less physically intense and demanding alternative to Naismith basketball na kailangan banggaan talaga. One that would appeal to a far broader range of ages and physical abilities. Describing his early experimentations, he said, "In search of appropriate game, tennis occurred to me, but this required rackets, balls, a net, and other equipment. So it was eliminated. But the idea of a net seemed a good one. We raised it to a height of about 6 feet 6 inches or 1.98 meters from the ground. So yan po yung dati. Ngayon napalitan na. Meron ng sa lalaki and meron ng pong sa babae. Just above the head of an average man. We needed a ball, and among those we tried was a basketball bladder, but this was too light and too slow. So we therefore tried the basketball itself, which was too big naman and too heavy. So mahirap naman pong gamitin talaga ang bola ng basketball as ball used for volleyball. Napakabigat. Masakit din sa kamay. It was not until 1900 that a specially designed ball, lighter and smaller, was devised, which opened up a whole new range of tactical and technical possibilities for the sport. The offensive style of setting and spiking was first showcased in 1916 sa ang bansa. Siyempre, from the Philippines. So over the years that followed, the rules of the sport were further refined and standardized. Noong 1917, yung scoring system pinalitan from 21 to 15 points. While in 1920, the rule stipulating a maximum of 3 hits per team was instituted. So before pala, no, hindi pa 1920, kahit ilan yung bilang, okay lang. So ang lakas ng trip ng mga iba, no? Mampipake pa sila bago nila ipasa. Then, noong 1930 po, volleyball was for the most part of the game of leisure and recreation. Okay? Noong 1947, nagkaroon tayo ng federation, kung tawagin natin, Federation International de Volleyball or FIVB. Then 2 years later, the inaugural World Championship took place in Prague, Czechoslovakia. Then, volleyball made its Olympic debut at Tokyo noong 1964. Ang nag-champion dito is Russian Federation. Okay? Sila ang host. Ay hindi, ang host dito ang Tokyo, no? Ang nanalo sa kanila diyan yung babae. Pero yung sa lalaki ay Russia. Beach volleyball, which had its origin on the beaches of California back in 1930, had to wait until 1996 for its inclusion on the Olympic program. So later na lang din siya nasama, no 1996 na. Volleyball has witnessed a particularly impressive growth sport over the last 2 decades, fueled by the expansion of international competitions such as FIVB World Championships, World League, World Grand Prix, and World Cup, as well as Grand Championship Cup. Not to mention, of course, the Olympic Games kasi talagang highest na yun, mataas na yun. Iba't ibang bansa na talaga yung nagsasama doon. Okay? Okay, proceed tayo. Okay, tandaan nyo itong mga terms na to. Okay, a difficult serve that serve the opponents not able to receive, yan yung ace. So, nangyayari po ito, halimbawa, ako si server, ako yung si nag-serve, hindi nakuha ng kalaban, nag-land sa court nila, ace serve yan. Dig naman, it refers to a good save on defense after a spike by the offensive team. Na-save ko yung bola. Nag-rally pa. Or possible na dig ko, napaganda pa yung laro, then na-set ko pa o na-set na ng kakampi ko, ng setter namin. Na-dig ko, na-set ng kakampi ko, and then na-spike pa ng hitter namin. So, ang tawag naman doon is kill. A successful spike that result in a point or side out. So when we say side out naman po, a point earned by the team receiving the serve either through a violation, an error, or a kill. Okay, point din po siya by the team receiving the serve. Halimbawa, ako yung say nag-serve. Nag-fault ako. Side out, sa kanila yun. Check ball. Ayan, makikita nyo. Check ball. Halimbawa, may blocker. Ako na lang sabihin ko yung blocker. Ako yung blocker. Tumama sa kamay ko yung bola, tapos nag-out. So, ang puntos ay hindi sa aming team. Kasi nga, na-check ball ko siya. Okay? So, yung fundamental skills, madali na to. So, lagi natin tatandaan, nagsisimula lagi sa basic. Lalo na kapag ikaw ay beginner. Wala pong nagsisimula sa pinakamahirap. At what are the 6 skills in volleyball? Basic skills in volleyball. So, sorry na. So, we have passing, setting, spiking, blocking, digging, setting. Ayan po. So, passing is often taught as the most important skill in volleyball. Kasi hindi naman po pwedeng isang tao lang yung naglalaro. Kasi nga, meron tayong tinatawag na violation na double contact. Ayan, double contact. Okay? Wala pong naglalaro mag-isa. Okay, serving. The importance of serving is often undervalued. Pero kailangan nyo siya, no? Pero hindi naman tinuturo talaga yung pag-service ng masyadong, maraming palabok. Mas importante ay maitawid mo or kung ikaw ay magaling talaga mag-serve, that is plus point sa iyo mismo. Hindi plus point nyo, na kapag magaling ka mag-serve, plus 1 na agad sa points ninyo. Hindi ganun. Kumbaga, kapag magaling ka mag-serve, alam mo yung technique, mahirap ma-receive, ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung chances ninyo na manalo or advantages ng grupo ninyo. Okay, blocking. It perhaps the least taught in skill in volleyball kasi nga, bihira naman kasi yung mga matatangkad or may matangkad man, kaya matatangkad lahat, may pinakamatangkad dyan. Siya yung talagang tatrabaho dyan. Okay? Digging is another skill that is not focused on quite as much as most skills in volleyball. Pero kailangan, dapat, lahat tayo marunong yan. Kung tayo ay lahat player, dapat alam natin yan. Alam natin mag-save, mag-dig. Next, setting or setter. Setter position is considered the most important position in volleyball. Kasi nga, si setter po ang point guard. He or she run the team offense. The next, spiking is the act of scoring a point by slamming the ball over the net into the opposing court effectively and aggressively. Ito po yung isa sa pinakamahirap makuha kasi nga ang spiking mabilis po ang bulusok ng bola. Okay? About sa equipment and facilities, madali na to. So usually ang ginagamit po Mikasa. Pero yung iba po gumagamit din ng Molten. Okay? Noong 2008, the FIVB adopted as its official indoor ball a new Mikasa with dimples and only 8 panels for a softer touch and truer flight. Oo, yung mga nabibili kasi natin na medyo mura, cheaper, medyo masakit po yan eh. Masakit sa kamay. Okay, tandaan nyo, ito yung net ha, sinasabi ko to. Very important to, kasama to sa exam. Ang babae po na net is 2.24. Magkaiba ha. Sa lalaki is 2.43 yung height ng net. Okay, the rest, huwag yun natandaan yan. Hindi ko na sinama yan. Okay, next. Net poles, antennas, basahin nyo na lang yan. Okay, kung may tanong man doon, halimbawa, ang gamitin nyo na lang is meters. Kasi wala na siyang point-point. Ang haba ng court, 18 meters. Ang lapad is 9 meters. O dodoblin mo lang yung lapad, 9 times to 18. Yun lang. So basta pag tumama sa antena, ito yung mga anim na player lang po ang pwedeng maglaro sa loob ng court. 3 sa front row, 3 sa back row. Points are made on every serve for the winning team of the rally. Siyempre, kung sino yung nanalo sa rally, sino yung nakapag-successfully na-deliver yung bola on the opponent's court without delivering the ball out of the lines, no? So sila po yung makakuha ng puntos. Players may not hit the ball twice in succession. So single person to ah. Halimbawa ako, na-touch ko na isang beses, ako ulit yung kasunod, hindi pwede. Dapat ang ruling, touch ko or dig ko, then kakampi, then ako ulit. Pwede yon. Ball may be played off the net during a volley and on a serve. A ball hitting a boundary line is in. So yan po yung iba sa volleyball. Okay, pwede nyo lagay sa note ninyo. Nalaman ninyo na ang ball in sa volleyball ay kapag tumama sa line, ball in pa rin. Sa volleyball, sa basketball, kapag tumama sa line, out na. Okay, yan pwede nyo lagay sa notes ninyo. Nadi-differentiate natin yung dalawang sports. Next, a ball is out if it hits an antenna. The floor completely outside the court, any of the net or cables outside the antenna, the referee stand or pole, or the ceiling above an unplayable area. So basta tumama sa kung ano man nabanggit doon is out na kagad. Yan ang purpose ng antenna. Pero sa mga laro-laro lang natin, wala lang antena, wag na kayong maghanap. Okay? It is legal to conduct the ball with any part of the player's body. It is illegal to catch, hold, or throw the ball. Okay, mag-ingat kayo dito ah. Kaysa questioning, ito pa yung makikita ninyo. Halimbawa, ito. Assist in throwing the ball are not allowed in larong batuang bola. Okay, so ito po. May modified true or false kasi tayo dun eh. Okay, in sports volleyball, it is legal to catch, hold, or throw the ball. The underlined term is legal. So dahil bawal nga siya, papalitan natin siya. That is illegal. Okay, in sports volleyball, the players can block or attack a serve from on or inside the 10-foot line. So bawal. Underline term can. So papalitan natin ng cannot. In a sports volleyball, a point will be given to the opponent if the offensive team fails to serve the ball over the net successfully. Okay, true yan. In sports volleyball, a point will be given to the opponent if the offensive team leap or catch the ball over the net. Okay, good. True yan. Serving out of rotation or out of order is allowed in sports volleyball. Underline term, allowed. Okay? Not allowed dapat. Maliwanag tayo dyan. So, napakadali ng exam natin kung makikinig kayo ngayon. Ano pa? Punta natin. Madali lang natin. Wait lang ah. Okay, going back. Yun nga, it is illegal to catch, hold, or throw the ball. A player cannot block or attack a serve from on or inside 10-foot line. So halimbawa niyan, no, nag-serve ako, bawal nyo kagad yan i-block. Bawal nyo nga i-spike yan eh. Okay? Receive nyo muna. Match are made up of sets. The number depends on the level of play. Meron tayong 3 or 5. Best of 3 or best of 5. Okay, violations. Committing any of this valuable rule, violation result in a point for the opponent. Stepping on or across the service line when serving while making contact with the ball. Diba, umapak ka doon sa linya, na yung bola mo hindi mo pa nare-release. Or nakaapak ka sa linya, tapos nirelease mo na yung bola. Okay, puntos ng kalaban. Failure to serve the ball over the net successfully, okay naman. Hindi ka naman nakaapak sa linya. Yung bola, nahampas mo naman ng maayos. Pero tumama sa net nyo, tapos bumalik. Okay, puntos ng kalaban. Ball handling errors and contacting the ball illegally, double touching, lifting, carrying, throwing. So, puntos ulit ng kalaban. Touching the net with any part of the body while the ball is in play. Okay, puntos ulit ni opponent. Blocking a ball from the opponent's court and contacting the ball when reaching over the net. Okay, tinatawag nating reaching beyond the net. Puntos ulit ni opponent. Attacking a ball from the opponent's court and contacting the ball when reaching over the net. Okay na yan, nabanggit na pala. Halos yan din yun. Crossing the court center line with any part of the body. Okay. Nag-cross ka dun sa mismong yung pwesto ng mismong net. Bawal yun. Serving out of rotation or out of order. Puntos ulit ng kalaban. Makikita ng referee yan, ng umpire. Back row players blocking, deflecting a ball coming from the opponent when at the moment of contact, the back row player is near the net and has part of the body above the top of the net. This is an illegal block. Bawal yun. Pag back row player ka, back row ka. Okay, back row player attacking a ball inside the front zone, the area inside the 3-meter or 10-foot line when at the moment of contact. The ball is completely above the net. This is an illegal attack. So, bawal din yun. Okay, so yun po yung mga tandaan ninyo. So, outside hitter, ayan po yung mga position, no? Basta tandaan nyo lang, ito na lang sasabihin ko. Outside hitter, tinatawag silang left side hitter. Okay, may question yan sa exam. Outside hitter, also known as right side hitter. So, false siya. So, naka-underline term yung right side hitter. Papalitan nyo ng left side hitter. Okay, lagay nyo na lang yung mga terms. Halimbawa, pag gagawa kayo reviewer, opposite hitter. Lagay nyo. Tapatan nyo lang right side hitter. Basta sila yung nagpe-play, basta mga ayan outside hitter, usually, offense and defense din yan sila. Often, a focal point of the offense and complete most of the attack hits. They must be able to adjust sets coming from any location as well as hit from the front and back rows. On defense, they often receive the serve. Many outside hitters possess good back row skills and remain in the game for all rotation. They also work with the middle hitter in blocking opponent shots. Lalo na kapag saan? Nasa left. Okay? Play in both front row and back row. Responsibilities nila. Be the go-to hitter, one of the primary passers. Read the opponent's defense and call out hitters. Block often with the middle blockers. So, si opposite hitter naman, tinatawag siyang right side hitters. Malapit sila sa antena pag naglalaro sila. Okay? Most versatility and can excel on both offense and defense. Si opposite hitter po, no, dapat malakas siyang tumalon. Then, he or she must be able to hit the ball from the front and back rows. They also need to be ready to set the ball if the setter cannot do it. So defensively, they line up against the opponent's outside hitter. Sila kasi magkatapatan. Ganun din. Si outside hitter, ang katapat niya, si opposite hitter. Vice versa sila. And need to be able to work with the middle blocker on block. Sila naman yung tatlong nasa harap eh. Outside hitter, middle blocker or hitter, opposite hitter. Ang responsibilidad po ni opposite hitter ay pwede sila mag-act as backup setter on offense kapag hindi available si setter doon sa position or masyado siyang malayo. Attack the ball when receiving a set. Block opponents outside hitter. Work with middle hitter on blocks. Dig for quick attacks. So yan po ang responsibility ni opposite hitter. Si setter, nabanggit na rin naman natin kanina, they run the team offense. So kung sa basketball, meron tayong point guard, lista nyo ulit yan. Ang katumbas niya sa volleyball is si setter. Okay, they aim to receive second touch, setting it for attacking player. Good sets po kasi ay possible, mas maganda ang magiging atake ni either middle hitter, kung sino man yung available dun sa tatlo. 'Di ba? Ito yung kanilang responsibilities. So nabanggit ko na kapag sinabing point guard, run team offense, syempre, they can identify opponent's blockers para hindi po bumalik yung bola. Since they can play in either front and back row, setters need to be ready to block, dig, and receive a serve on defense. Run the offense, responsibilities, set the ball for teammates, dump shot, use a dump shot to keep opponents off balance, be a vocal leader, dig and block on defense, identify blockers. Basta si middle blocker or hitter, siya yung pinakamatangkad sa grupo. Parang si Jaja Santiago, ayan kung titignan nyo. They read the opponent's hitter to set up blocks, block opponent shots, use quick attacks on offense. They act as decoy on offense. Next is libero. Si libero naman po, back row player yan. Siya yung first touch sa larong volleyball. Siya yung naiibang damit, no? Okay? Liberos can come in and out of the game as needed and do not count against a team substitution. So walang ganon. Ngayon po yung specialty po ni libero. Hindi siya nabibilang sa substitution kasi may certain number lang po ng substitution ang kailangan. So iba yung color ng jersey, but there are several things libero cannot do. They cannot block, set an attack from the front court, or attack the ball above the height of the net. So, ang responsibility niya, pwede niyang palitan kung sino man yung nasa back row. Be ready to dig an opponent's attack. Siya talaga yung taga-save. Receive the opponent's serve. Set the ball if the setter is not available. Okay, iba naman si defensive specialist. Another spot siya. That's all about playing defense. Defensive specialists come in a replace a player who may not have the right skills for the back row. So, papalitan niya kapag hindi nagagampanan yung trabaho. Unlike libero, defensive specialist must make a substitution with the referees. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nagpa-sub si defensive specialist sa anumang position sa volleyball, kinakount siya. Since teams may only have certain numbers of substitution depending on their league rules. Defensive specialists are limited to certain situations. Another key differences between the libero and defensive specialists is that defensive specialists can play any spot on the court, while a libero will sub out after rotating through the back row. An defensive specialist can technically stay in and play the front row if needed. Responsibility: replace certain players in the back row, be ready to dig or pursue, be ready to play in front row if needed, play as a back row hitter. So yan po ang trabaho ni defensive specialist. So yan. Then next natin, may tayo magpakita. So ito, kayo nang bahala. So napakadali lang nito. Kasama to sa exam. May makikita kayong mga ganitong picture. Kaya pag ganyan, authorization to serve yan. May movement yan. So wala naman ako nilagay na kulay doon kasi nga pag pinrint kasi yung exam, hindi makikita yung kulay ng mga cards, yellow card. Okay? Misconduct warning or misconduct penalty. Warning kapag yellow card. Kapag red card, penalty. Pag both cards ay inangat ni umpire, joint magkasama or for explosion. Disqualification naman kapag ano, kapag separate po angat. Okay, balik tayo dito lang tayo sa left side mag-focus. Change of courts. The next, time out. So, pag nag-time out po, blow the whistle, time out, then turo kung sino yung nag-request ng time out. Then, substitution. So, ito dito may nalilito. Sa ball nut toss. Sa ball nut toss or release at the service, extended yung elbow, yung arm. Pag inangat, hindi pwede mag-bend yung elbow. Kasi pag nag-bend yan, iba na yung tawag dyan. Ang tawag na doon is catch na. Delay in service. Right fingers. Catch. Ito nga yung sinasabi ko kanina. Ayan yan. Kapag tumupi na yung elbow, that is catch. Blocking fault or screening. Nakaangat na yung dalawang kamay. Extended po yung arms ha. Then double contact, raise two fingers, spread open. Positional or rotational fault, ito yung kaninang sinasabi ko. Then 4 hits sa isang set na yon. So, ibig sabihin, ang pwede lang po na hit per side on the court is 3 lang. Kapag umapat, 4 hits na tayo. Then ball in, turo nyo lang yung baba. Ball in. Kapag naka-side view si umpire, ito. This is net touch by the player. Ball out. Reaching beyond the net, ito. Magkaiba yung ganito sa ganito. Okay? Attack, hit, fault. Ball touch. Kapag ball touch, i-brush nyo ng konti. Penetration to the opponent court, galing dito pag ganon. Double fault or replay. So, yan lang siya. Yan lang papasok. Itong linesmen or lines judges, hindi ko na sinama. Okay, so, kung hindi nyo naintindihan, basahin nyo lang siya, paulit-ulitin nyo lang. So, hanggang dun lang po. Yung exam natin, banggitin ko ulitin ko. Meron tayong multiple choice naman, 25 items. True or false, we have 2 parts. Yung unang part is true or false, isulat mo lang kung ang statement ay true or correct, true yun. Kapag incorrect, false. Then meron tayong modified true or false. Yung kapag ang statement is incorrect, hindi ka maglalagay ng false. May hanapin mo yung underline term, yun yung papalitan mo. Halimbawa ito. In a sports volleyball, only 5 players on the floor at any given time. So dapat hindi siya 5 players. Underline term is 5 players. So ang ilalagay mo dun sa mismong space provided, 6 players. Wala nang maglalagay ng false. Okay? Walang maglalagay ng false. Okay, halimbawa, in sports volleyball, middle blocker or hitter is essentially the quarterback or point guard of the team. Si middle blocker ba ang point guard? Kung sa tingin nyo si middle blocker ay mali, isulat ninyo. So, ang tamang sagot is setter. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching this video. So, manood po kayo nito para mas mataas yung chances ninyo na pumasa. Halos sagot na po yung binibigay ko. God bless and keep safe everyone. Good luck to your midterm examination.